Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Melrose, and I'm here to share the day's astrology with you with a little help from Tarot. This is the Tarot portion in the second half of my daily astrology post, which you can find on my other channel called Astrology Today with Melrose. Here I will discuss the card that sits on the side of the page, do a quick review of today's astrology, and then play another card that may give us something more to think about. So let's get into it. So the card that sits on the side of the page today is the Three of Cups. You will notice if you watch that this is new. Yesterday it was the Two of Cups. The Three of Cups represents in astrology the second 10 days or the second decan of the sun's transit through Cancer. So the sun's transits take about 30 days, and so they're broken down into 10 days apiece, and you get 3 decans during each sign. It all adds up to 360 degrees on the wheel. In any case, we're in Cancer right now, the second 10 days of Cancer, so really entering the heart of this astrological season of 30 days. And Cancer is representative of water. Okay, Cancer is our cardinal water sign. It initiates connection, care, protection, nourishment, all of those giving qualities. And Cancer being water, the cups are also water in Tarot. So we're talking about our emotional capacities, the love we have to share, the other feelings we have, as well as sort of the intuitive stuff that comes up from underneath the feelings, the intuitive capacity that we have, and our capacity kind of to connect with other people and care for them. So the Three of Cups, we see sort of a celebration going on. We see 3 figures here holding 3 cups. Their arms are crossed. It would appear as though they're in one of those sort of old-fashioned medieval dances. I would expect to hear a lute and a flute in the background or something. And they're celebrating clearly maybe a harvest. There's a bunch of pumpkins and grapes all around them, and they're clothed really well, and their hair is decorated. And there are 3 cups, 3 women, and 3 eyes at the top of that card, indicating the Roman numeral 3. So 3 is the magic number, is it not? This is a card that really represents friendship. It represents community, camaraderie, the joy we get from being around people who see us, know us, love us, understand us, and celebrate and support us, okay? These are, our good friends, the people that we keep closest to us, or perhaps even if we don't get to keep them closest to us, there are always those friends that even if you don't see them for years, when you come back around, you just know that you are felt and seen and celebrated and supported, and you can just fall back into that rhythm of celebration together. What a beautiful feeling, right? When our friends gather together, then we have a cohort, we have a little piece of community, and we have between us have a certain amount of power, right? Based on the emotional bond we have with one another. It's almost like the Two of Cups, but it's a little bit bigger, a little bit more capacity for feeling, for sharing, and a little bit more capacity for giving as well. And I love the vibe on that card. It just feels like a party, a joyous celebration. So with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some cards while I remind myself and the cards that the sun is in Cancer. And we're now in the second decan, or the second 10 days of the sun's transit through Cancer. So here we are in the heart of it. The weather cooled off for me a little bit this week, but I don't doubt that it'll get hot again. These are going to be the hottest days of the year when we're in Cancer and Leo. That's always the case. So, with the sun being pretty much the dominant luminary at this time of year because we have so much daylight. We're very active in our outer lives. We're more social. We're more getting outside to do things. We're probably a little more active in the civic stuff outdoors. And, perhaps our work is taking us outdoors, or we are working outdoors in terms of, like keeping our homes looking nice and our lawns looking nice, that kind of stuff. Or helping other people with that kind of stuff. And then, also in Cancer, there are no other like planets that we normally follow, but I found out that there are like 5 asteroids that are also transiting in Cancer at this time. So Toro, Amor, Lilith, Sappho, and Eros. And these really speak to different approaches to showing people that we care, because Cancer really cares, and Cancer initiates care and nurture and support and protection. Okay, so Taurus talks about Toro, not Taurus. Toro talks about power dynamics. Like how do we throw our weight around? When we need to recognize when we are doing things overtly or subvertly to bully other people. Okay, so we have to be careful. We have to be gentle with others in our attempts to initiate care and support. Right? You can't just come in like a bull and say, "Oh, I'm going to take care of you right now," and then just sit down on them. Right? And then Amor just talks about our general filial love for humanity, the love that we have to give, any person that we know and care about, or don't know and don't care about. We have a capacity to open up our hearts a little bit. That's what that sign looks a little bit like to me too, is like a heart being kind of opened, unfolded like a little paper clip. Yeah, so, this is like our openness to be loving toward humanity. Lilith really points to, loving yourself enough to maintain independence, loving yourself enough and others enough to look out for their independence, not acquiescing and not submitting to other people in situations that disempower us. And Sappho is really about arts and literature. This is a very sapphic kind of picture where these people are celebrating together, obviously at a harvest time, clearly just loving and enjoying one another's company. And so probably they'll sit down later and after they've expressed themselves in dance, they'll pick on their lutes a little bit and they'll sing little songs and write little poems about how much they love being with these people that they know and love, who celebrate and support them. That's that kind of sapphic expression of love, in a public and celebrating way, right? The poetry we write and the songs we sing about the way we love the people that we love. And then Eros here is really about the erotic love, like what gets you off, what turns you on, right? And under what circumstances you seek to sexually connect, with yourself or others. So those are all approaches to showing love, and some of them have a little bit broader appeal, and some of them have a little bit more of a narrow appeal, depending on who it is that you are trying to show your love to, who you are trying to initiate care for or initiate protection for. There are different ways to go about it. And, each of these sort of comes with, support for feeling that, because it's part of feeling love, and it's a part of desiring to care for somebody or desiring to take care of somebody, show somebody that you care for them. But, there are also drawbacks, and they talk about the drawbacks as well. Moon side of things today. The moon is a waxing crescent, so we are making plans. We're kind of out of dream mode, or getting out of dream mode and getting into Leo fire is the practicality and the inspiration to really set the plan in place. So use that Leo fire while you're shining and you're being your best to really focus that glow on the plans that you're trying to make. And we set these plans in Cancer, and with the moon and sun in Cancer, and the moon rules Cancer, so probably, hopefully, a lot of our plans have to do with, how we seek to improve our home life, how we, you know, um, how we feel at home, how we feel with about the people that we are at home with, and then how, what home feels like to us as well. So I'm kind of in a mode for planning for the home life with this one. And then on the moon side of the page today, we have a couple of really positive aspects. Moon trine Jupiter. Open your heart to me, baby. Yeah. So that's what came into my mind when I saw that. But it's really just a very generous vibe. We feel very open, and we can share with others. We can be generous. And, I mean that like, materially, but I also just mean like being generous by sharing about ourselves and really listening to one another. And the trine aspect there brings in like just a blessing where, when we spend time with the people who are our favorite people, especially, we get this reminder of why they are our favorite people, right? There's a boon that comes with that every time. And then moon sextile Venus this afternoon. We are already with Venus sextile to Jupiter over here, very attractive. We have increased pulling power at this time. Friday is Venus's day even, so pull from the heart, friends. Whatever it is that you like, love, and can't get enough of, whatever it is that you would like to like, love, and can't get enough of, you feel it with your heart and really call on it into your life. Those positive things that represent, markers for advancement and markers for success. Call them toward you in whatever way you can find. On the sun side of the page today, this is our outer life, sort of how we express ourselves out in the world, work, social, and civic. Red flag warning, Mars is going square to Pluto tonight and will be there for the next 11 days. So Mars square Pluto is heat under pressure, especially my strongly Mars affected friends. I can relate to you. I am an Aries sun. Mars rules Aries. So this is a heat under pressure kind of vibration, and let's not forget that Pluto is retrograde, right? So it's heat under pressure, and it's probably most of it internal. Okay, so we are going to see some struggles for control, and if it's a struggle for self-control, it's also going to probably manifest as a struggle for control over something in our outer lives at some point. All right, so we really have to be at our most mindful, at our most intentionally calm, at our really most intentionally kind to others while we seek to move forward at this time, okay? Because Mars and Pluto, we are at a point here where we can take action toward an ending or a beginning and have a complete transformation in our lives, right? That is available to us. But the square is like, yes, how are you going to act while you do that? Okay, so there's the warning, right? Is it in our struggle to gain control, in our struggle to start our business, or in our struggle to get that promotion or that raise that we're looking for, or in our struggle to maintain or attain anything that really has value for us. Are we going to sabotage other people? Are we going to just step on other people, outright, harm our relationships with other human beings on our way to our successful end? All right. Hopefully that's not something that we're willing to do, right? Hopefully we can be a little more mindful than that. But, just beware, like when you look at your chart, please tell me, find out what house Mars is in for you and what planets are sitting in your Mars, or not what planets are sitting in your Mars. Tell me where Mars is in your chart, right? What sign it's in and what house it's in. And that will help us understand where these issues of aggression might come up in terms of the strides that we're trying to make forward, okay? In the ongoing column, however, we have all this really good fortune vibe. The sun square Jupiter is also, like, hey, you have this great opportunity. Whatever you focus on is going to expand and grow. So if you want to focus on and expand those things you like, love, and can't get enough of, that's really going to work for you, okay? But again, the square aspect says, how are you going to act, right? When things are going well for you, when you're feeling successful, when all the actions you're taking seem to be working, are you going to get cocky? Are you going to get lazy? Are you going to take a break while you have all this momentum? Mars sextile to Saturn here says so much momentum, guys. We have so much work to do. And, the labor comes easy at this time. It's very cooperative vibration. We should be able to see very directly what it is to get from point A to point B to point C, right? We have the plan laid out before us. And, Saturn, even Saturn in retrograde is just putting Mars, that activity, to work. So a lot of labor involved, but it's going well, okay? We're able to get along with others. We have a lot of drive and passion. We have a lot of pulling power, attractive power on our side. It's great that Venus and Mars are both at work here because when we're both attracting to us what we desire and pursuing what we need to get to get there, then it's like we're doing double duty, right? We're making good strides. Pluto retrograde through October 8th. Change is embraceable. In fact, it's probably a good idea to embrace the changes that are coming up for you, especially if you don't really understand them. And then, I put down here, focus on what you love. That's that Venus sextile Jupiter and the Sun square Jupiter. Do the work. Mars sextile Saturn. Don't get cocky up here. Sun square Jupiter. We have the truth. Neptune in reverse. We have the truth and good fortune. Sun and Venus with Jupiter on our side. So, what can we not do at this time? All right. And with that said, I'm just going to shuffle these right where you can see them for a minute. So it doesn't look I'm just pulling the same card off the top of the deck every day. 9 of Rods. Okay, so the day before yesterday, we had the Knight of Rods. And then yesterday, I pulled the Knight of Rods again, and I put him back, and I got the 8 of Rods instead, which was all momentum and go for it energy. They're both Knight of Rods and 8 of Rods, momentum and forward energy, okay? 9 of Rods represents a place where you have done a lot, okay? Right? You have a lot of achievements, a lot of sort of badges on your scout sash there, and you have done that by pure passion and fire and drive and taking advantage of momentum when you have it on your side, okay? And that's really good. At this point in the Wands game, rods are wands and wands relate to fire. At this point in that game, you might be feeling a little tired. You might be feeling a little beat up. You might be feeling like, yeah, I've achieved a lot. And, I stand by everything that I have said and done to get where I have gone. Mars square Pluto. Okay. So this can be a sort of a defensive position because we're so proud of everything that we've done that we kind of can't see into the future. Okay. We kind of are just looking at what we've done. We're sort of, there's a problem when we feel very passionate about something, sometimes with letting it go so that we can move on to the next thing we can be passionate about, right? So if you've come to, the ultimate or penultimate, expression of yourself in a certain pursuit, then, it would be right to feel a little tired. And it would be right to also feel a little bit defensive of, your record or defensive of the accomplishments you've made, especially, if you feel like nobody sees what you have done or nobody seems to appreciate what you have done. Why have all these pretty badges on my sash if if nobody really cares that I have these badges on my sash? And at a certain point, it's like, yeah, that's just part of your identity. That's who you are, is the guy with the badges on the sash. So a very capable person in a certain, set of skills, somebody who can be relied on for sure. But also, what's coming after the 9 of Rods is the 10 of Rods. And the 10 of Rods is really a point of kind of being blind to what is right in front of us because we are so focused on the trophies on the shelf, on the, on the patches on the the patches on the sash. So, be aware that, when you come to this place where you've had a lot of experience and you feel kind of tired and you feel kind of like the best of it is behind you, then it's okay to start focusing on other things. Okay, it's okay to let up on your passion for that thing, give it a break, and see if there's another passion out there awaiting you. And taken in context with the 3 of Cups here, often it's the people that we keep the closest, those friends that we love and adore, who see us and support us and celebrate us, who see our potential more than we can see it. These are people who don't get bogged down in what you have been. Okay? These are people who see what you can be, and that's at any age, at any point in your life. These are people who see the golden potential in you. Okay, these are people who see that Venus sextile Jupiter, how you could just pull anything that you desire toward you. That Sun square Jupiter, like, you have enough confidence and joy and love and celebration and support in your life that you could probably, if you did the work, do anything for yourself, right? So they may also celebrate who you are and who you have been, because that's part of being, a good cohort, a good, group of friends, but they also can see the potential. So if you find yourself in this place and you love what you've been doing, you love everything that you achieve, and you feel but you're feeling kind of tired about it, and you don't know, perhaps even the way out or the way forward from there, you need to talk to these people who know you and love you and support you and celebrate you, and maybe get together and celebrate a little bit and get some inspiration from that connection, that emotional connection that we have with these close friends of ours. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for being here with me. I truly appreciate you showing up. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.